Hey guys, Rascal here. We're going to do something a little different today that I don't normally do. We're going to do us a little questions and answers video, and we're going to talk about these two projects I got here on the workbench. Give me just a second. I'm back, guys. I just got my thing up for some questions. A couple of friends asked me some questions, so I'm going to answer them. Magnet, this one's for you. You got a few questions here I'm going to answer. Well, I answered the first one, second one. We're going to go with your third question here. Are the electronics any good? Yes, on this RGT Rock Cruiser, the electronics are good. Just, like I said, this little Hobbywing 1625 does get warm after a couple hours of running. So does that motor. But then again, it's tiny, you know. And that is the micro Tamiya, the micro Tamiya plug. It's all set up for like 16th scale electronics, and I'm just guessing this thing's about a 12th scale truck. So, yeah. Now, as far as for the followers of this build on YouTube here, I know y'all ain't seen these. I got a Getting Ugly Bull Gear RC sticker on the back bumper. And I've done a few stickers on the body here. I got a ECX sticker in the center of the door and a Horizon Hobby sticker in the back window. And if I can get that sticker there, is supposed to be an Interco sticker, but it's so dark you can't see it on the body. So that's what's up with that. Now, on to Magnet's other question here. Can you fit a standard battery pack onto it? Well, again, if you change out this connector. Here is it's a 2 series, but it's 4 lithium polymer packs in it. 2 sequence 4-cell. So that's how it gets the amperage and the discharge. When we place it on to this little battery pack here, it can only go like that. It's too narrow right there to put the battery in, flat. So that's why, like I said, if you changed it out, it could. Or, 2-cell, 2S, lithium polymer battery is way too long. It hangs off the end of the tray, so yeah. That's why I still run this little thing. No need for modifications to run it. Now, what was that? Okay. Forum stuff going on the other phone, so. And then he also asked, is there enough room to fit a 540, which is the actual 10th scale crawler motor instead of this little 16th scale. There is enough room, like I said, once you change out the skid plate, so you can put an axial based transmission up here, or you can do the RC 4-wheel drive cross members with a forward motor mount. Ooh, that's a mouthful. But this leads into the next question I've pretty much gotten, which is, if I do that, how do I plan on doing that? This one's yours, Dark Side. I'm reading it and changing it up the best I can. so to make it easier for me. But like I said, Dark Side, what you said was a good idea about the plate that goes in between, the adapter plate that goes in between this skid plate and the transmission. That does look like that would be a good idea. But what I don't like is this chassis. So to answer that question the best I can, I'm gonna change up eventually once I turn this thing around. I'm gonna get some new axles that are actually Land Rover axles, or European style. They look like European axles. I'm gonna get them, so instead of these dark black little Chinese things that are just Chinese kits things, they'll actually look like a Land Rover under there. And I'll do that once I get once I get a new body for it, because I do want to do this into a hard body. But like I said, this is a slow project. Piece here, piece there, piece here, piece there. Anyway, when we get a new hard body for it, then we will change out I'll order a new frame and change out the frame, because I don't really care for how deep. When I first got this kit, I didn't really realize how deep this is right here. I mean, my little finger's on the skid plate and my pointer finger's on the lower links, and it's almost flat right there from axle to axle. I mean, it really has not much. It don't have much ramp over angle at all. So I know, and I'm one of the weirdos, I guess, because I'm used to a short wheelbase truck having a good ramp over angle, whereas this one, every one of my large obstacles, this thing high centers on. But then again, that could be I'm running small tires on it too. I'm sorry, the 4.7s just look ridiculous under this truck, so everything's going to be kind of a class 1 with it. That's what the goal was to begin with. So, yeah. Another thing I don't remember if I done in the last video or not, and I got to get where I can shine some light on that, so I can show y'all, because it is way too dark. Ooh, that's way too bright. It's either way too bright or way too dark. See if we can do it like that. Yeah, no. There we go. Now you can't really see it, but that rod right there. Now I did change out that end on it and put a screw here, because it had these little weird ball things, like right there. That ball that just attaches there, it was like that down here, and with the crazy angle, let me come around to this side if I can, with the crazy angle of the steering, I mean, that's camera on the phone's at a crazy angle, but was about to pop off of that ball, so I changed that out to that. That end come off of a Red Cat Everest 10. That was one of my other trucks. I'm parting it out for the time being. Got another project for it. But yeah. Now, like I said, when this truck is completely finished, it's going to look nothing like it does right now. Or even with that on there. I know that ain't right, but it's going to look different than that completely. Though the paint job may remain the same. I don't know. I'm still not even decided on the color, but I'm leaning toward a charcoal gray on the body when I redo that. But Anyways, enough of that one. Like I said, this is a different kind of an episode. This is a more or less around the workbench with me, Rascal. And a few of my friends have asked me where this thing's been. Old Outlaw. Well, he's been on the bench with no funds to work on him, so he's just been sitting around. Parts are in that black and yellow box back there for him, but at least most of the parts. I pulled the rear axle off and tore into it thinking, okay, it was just going to be a quick bearing replacement job, and it's far worse than that. Not only was the bearings bad, but the bearings were so bad that, in fact, the pinion and ring gear in the rear axle needs replacing, in which case I got to order that stuff. So that's where we're at on this, and the axle housing ain't in that good a shape. Plus, I got to get stuff for the shocks, so that'll be eventually. I'm going to redo the electronics in this truck, and I got to get some more of these. This one is a Power Servo 20 kg, but it's basically just a Chinese 20 kilogram servo that is waterproof. You can find them on Amazon, eBay, which is where I find those, or on an app I use to buy parts for that truck called Wish. They are fairly decent servos. I mean, $20 a servo. $20 a servo, and my only complaint is if you don't waterproof your receiver, the wires corrode. That's the only problem I've had. Corroded wires. Like I said, ESC and motor, they're going to be replaced. Receiver box going to get cleaned up. I want to go with a new receiver and transmitter combo. A show enough nice one. But for right now, it's going to keep on keeping on with the old stuff. And wondering about these old Red Cat wheels on here. They're just a temporary deal. And these shocks, they're blue, threaded body, anodized, all aluminum shocks. They're going to go, when I redo this truck, they're going to be placed on that one. So, the only thing I'm going to tell y'all about Outlaw here is he's going to have a custom hard body as well. And he's going to be different when he gets rebuilt. But like I said, I'm thinking on putting the new, I'm just thinking on replacing these axles, but I'm thinking on going with the new SCX 10.2 style axles under there. That way, instead of this gigantic pumpkin being right here, it'll be a smaller pumpkin, smaller axle housing. It'll be smaller. Won't be getting caught up on quite so much. So, oh, and I'm gonna have some new wheels and tires for this truck, though. I mean, okay, I did tell y'all in the last video I'd done that was RC related, that the wheels and tires I'd put together, that I had glued up. Give me just a second, let me dig them out. This set that done got a little muddy was for Outlaw, which they are. I mean, in case anybody wonders, these are good aluminum wheels. I just hate the fact that they are glue bead. A super glue job ain't the best in the world. It worked. But these tires, these Mickey Thompson Bajas, anybody wants to do something with a lightweight truck, I highly recommend these tires with aluminum wheels. They grip on everything that is hard. When you get talking about soft sand and stuff, these tires will still grip in that, but you got to put the hammer down because those treads clog up pretty quick and they only clean out with wheel spin. So just keep that in mind, guys. Now, for some of y'all out there who've been, for those really wanting to know to keep up with all these projects, guys, come over to it's Magnified, MAGNATFIED. Anyways, yeah, MAGNATFIED. Look it up on Tappa Talk. That's an app for your smartphone. I know just about everybody's got a smartphone these days. That's the forum where you'll find me building these trucks. Till next time, guys. Peace out.